The Tyrone Constitution of the 2nd of June 1899 gives a particularly eloquent description.
The massive capitals which support the arcading on either side of the nave are its most commanding features. Each is of distinct designs from its fellow, and all form such a harmonious whole and are carved with such spirit and merit, as well as delicate boldness of touch, that it is rarely one meets anything like it. The lily, the oak, the shamrock, the thistle, and the convolvulus vie with one another in the grace and naturalness with which the dexterous chisel of the sculptor has entwined them round the capitals. Above these, and acting as springers to the vaulting shafts that carry the roof, are carved heads representing various Irish and other saints. On either side of the sanctuary are sculptured angels. The centre group of these figures swing censers, while those on the flanks display cymbals, a harp, and a trumpet. Altogether, angels and foliage at once lend an artistic charm and give a tone of reverence and sublime sanctity to the chancel and its holy surroundings.
The high altar is made of Sicilian white marble and was designed by the architect William Hague. The original cost of £1,200 was donated by Tyrone exiles in New York in memory of their highly esteemed Archbishop Hughes, founder of St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. When the church first opened, the larger central panel was filled with the Pieta, replaced in the 1970 move by flat marble with a gold leaf tree of life design. The panels on either side of this contain sculptured panels of vine. Above and to either side of the central opening are large sculptured groups in full relief, representing the Nativity and the Ascension. The other sculptures are these high reliefs of Jesus Christ and the 12 Apostles. The background of each is a gold mosaic. Mosaic is also a feature of the two high panels on either side of the altar. The use of mosaic was a prominent feature of the Sacred Heart and used to great effect on the floor of the newly opened church. Beautiful, intricate designs, rich colours, and symbolic images were laid out in adoration of the Lord and as a visual treat for the visitor. The pulpit is another of the noteworthy features. Again, Gothic in style, it is composed of various stones. The main plinth is of Sicilian marble, the bottom plinths being of Aberdeen granite and Cork red marble. 3 carved scenes are depicted: Christ preaching on the Mount, St. Peter's first sermon, and St. Paul at Athens. There are also 3 figures in the niches in the body of the pulpit, and these are St. Brigid, St. Columba, and St. Eugene. The sculptor of the pulpit was the renowned ecclesiastical and architectural sculptor Mr. James Pearce of Dublin, brother of the more famous Porrig Pearce, remembered for his part in the 1916 Easter Rising. James Pearce also carved the altar rails. Costing £200 originally, they are in the same style of architecture as the pulpit and are composed of Sicilian white marble with Galway green columns. Here again, the attention to detail was all-important. Originally, a beautifully decorated double brass gate graced the centre of the aisle section. The skilled craftsmanship of its creators is revealed through intricate designs and various references to the church's name. Another memorable and significant feature of the Sacred Heart Church is its stained glass windows. The main east window is known to have been designed and executed by Mayer and Company of Munich in Germany, who were also stained glass artists to the Holy See. It came at a cost of £600. It is dominated by the crucifixion scene surrounded by angels. In the upper portion there is an image of the apparition of the Sacred Heart to St. Margaret Mary, with figures of saints looking towards the Saviour. The lower portion of the window is devoted to a fine representation of the Last Supper. Note how Judas is represented as the only apostle without a halo. Little is known of the history of the other large stained glass in the church. The rose window, or west window, behind and above the organ, is made of coloured glass with no artwork. Below the west window is the original organ. Though still in use, it has been adapted over the years. It was manufactured by the Positive Organ Company Limited in London at a cost of £2,500, money donated by Edward Boyle's sister. The weight of the organ is 25 tons. There are 3 tons of leaden pipes, which total in number 5,000. Originally, the organ was worked by a set of bellows, which required 5 men to give sufficient power when the organ was in full use. In 1964, the organ was completely rebuilt and changed from pneumatic to electronic action. Apparently, this organ is unique in 2 ways. It is the only Positive Company organ of its size in Ireland, and it has 73 pipes in its soundboard compared to the average of 61. The Stations of the Cross, too, are quite distinctive. They are sculptured in high relief and originated in Germany, being made by the same firm who made the main stained glass window. They came at a cost of £35 each. The confessionals, though very beautiful, proved a subject matter that caused a problem or two in the beginning, and which saw a number of changes over the years. It appears that though the architect's plans were for 4 confessionals, suitable areas for each were overlooked in the implementation of the original plans, and so only 2 confessionals graced the church at its opening, while 2 others were added much later. The present-day back right confessional room was originally home to something that virtually everyone ever baptised in the Sacred Heart Church will be familiar with: the baptismal font. After some years in the space at the back of the church, it was eventually placed here, to the right of the main altar, before being moved to its present position. Above a cupboard in the sacristy today sits the original wooden-carved, lattice-effect domed cover of the baptismal font, which was raised by a pulley. The sacristy is also home to this 15-foot-long vestments case, which has 3 sets of drawers with cedar wood bottoms and sides. The case is of carved oak, with 3 turrets at the back. Though vestments for use in the celebration of Mass and benediction and other services were added to over the years, the original vestments for use at the opening of the church, which were made by the Good Shepherd nuns of Belfast and cost £100 each, are still carefully preserved and modelled here by Father Eugene Hassan, a former curate of Drumragh parish.